Hello everyone, welcome back to Human Geography. Geography as a discipline has not grown in few days or in weeks. It has took several years and decades for the discipline to stand in its present stage. So, in today's Human Geography session, we are going to deal with some of the major modern geographical thought developed by many geographers in the present century. Among them, two leading German scholars, Alexander von Humboldt and Karl Ritter, made valuable contributions to the field of basic science, humanities, and arts. Between 1750 and 1850, the time of Humboldt and Ritter is being termed as the classical period of geography. These two scholars have many views in common and were united in the criticism of the casual and the unsystematic treatment of geographical data what has done by their predecessors. Therefore, these two people were regarded as the founders of modern geographical thought. And in today's session, we are going to look into the major contributions made by these two leading scholars, that is Alexander von Humboldt and Karl Ritter. Along with it, we will look into another major contribution made by Friedrich Ratzel, a French geographer, and Vidal de la Blache. So let's move into our contributions of these major scholars. Alexander von Humboldt led the expansion of geography in and outside Germany. With the help of instruments such as telescope, barometer, sinometer, and many others, he measured accurately the temperature of air and ground, pressure, wind, latitudes, longitudes, altitude above the sea level, the nature of rocks, type of plants, and their relation to climate, altitude, and attitude. He was the first man to make the accurate measurement of the elevation of Spanish Meseta. He established a positive relationship between forest and rainfall. He found out that the areas with more forest cover receives more amount of rainfall. It was Humboldt who observed and recorded the cold water current of Peru for the first time. Hence, the current was named, which we called as the Peru current, as Humboldt current. Humboldt climbed Mount Chimborazo peak and observed the influence of altitude on human body. He also made visit to Vesuvius volcano. Humboldt assembled all the contemporary knowledge of the material world through his great work called Cosmos. His interests were mainly centered around the relation between the vegetable and the animal kingdom, and also humankind and the geographical conditions of climate, altitude, and topography. While dealing with the subject matter of geography, it was Humboldt who coined the term cosmography, and he divided the cosmography into uranography and geography. According to Humboldt, uranography is the descriptive astronomy that deals with the celestial bodies, while geography is confined to our physical geography that deals with the terrestrial part. Humboldt believed in the intuitive method and emphasized the importance of empirical method of research on geographical studies. He also made comparative study of different geographical regions, especially that of the steppes and the desert regions. He gave importance to the representation of geographical data through maps and the utility of such maps for geographical studies. Humboldt was the man who coined the word climatology. He is also known as the founder of plant geography. The concept of continentality was also established by him. Now let's look into the contributions of Karl Ritter. Karl Ritter was chiefly concerned with the studies of human geography. He was a dedicated field worker and believed in empirical research. Ritter had a vision of an ordered and harmonious universe. He founded the Berlin Geographical Society. Ritter, in his lecture, emphasized that geography is not a dry subject that deals with the names of places, rivers, mountains, and trade routes, what we generally learn from our childhood. It is a subject of great importance which deals with the man-nature relationship. Ritter developed the concept of unity in diversity. He stressed the idea of land and water hemispheres, the distinction between the rate of heating and the cooling of land and water, the difference between the northern and southern hemisphere in their proportion of land and water. In brief, Ritter's theme was that the physical environment was capable of determining the course of human action. Ritter believed that the earth and his inhabitants live in the closest reciprocal relations, that one cannot be truly presented in all its relationship without the other. Hence, history and geography must always remain inseparable. Ritter declared that geography is to be like that of an Erkunde or an earth science that deals with local conditions and embraces the attributes of places with respect to topical, formal, and material characteristics. The first attribute was topographical. The second deals with distribution and movement of sea, atmosphere, and the base of human life. Thus, the scientific stance of Ritter, we can term it as like teleological. He did deep studies in both similarities and difference between the countries and between regions. He was also the founder of comparative method and studies in regional geography. Ritter claimed that the central principle of geography is the relation of all phenomena and the form of nature to human races. Vital de la Blache is another major geographer who is rightly termed as the father of human geography. He was basically belonging to French school of geography. It was Vidal who formulated the concept of possibilism. In 1891, he published a periodical for the best geographical writings, and that periodical you all might be knowing, which is termed as Annals de Geographie. In 1894, Vidal published the first edition of Atlas Generale Vidal-Lablache. In his lecture, Vidal laid stress upon the relation between the man and his immediate surroundings, which could be best studied in small homogeneous units. Vidal was a strong opponent and critic of environmental deterministic approach. He advocated the concept of possibilism as postulated by Lucien Febvre. Vidal's book Tableau de la Géographie de la France deals that the regional units of France has its own distinctive agriculture due to its soil and water supply, and also due to the economic specialization made possible by the demands of the people. Vidal was opposed to the idea of drainage basin as a unit of study. He felt that such a unit of study will create many complications in understanding the reality of a region. Regarding the method of geographical study, he held the view that the basic objective of geography is to study the phenomena mutually interacting in a segment of Earth's surface. Vidal's monumental work was Human Geography, which was published in the year 1921. In this book, he stated that the aim of the human geography, the principle of terrestrial unity, and the concept of man and environment, man as a geographical pattern, the patterns of civilization, the means of transportation, and cultural regions and cities. Geography in France thus owes much to Vidal Blachy, and thus he is rightly considered as the founder of human geography who advocated for the concept of possibilism. Now let's look into the contributions of Friedrich Ratzel. Friedrich Ratzel dominated the geographical scene in Germany in the later part of 19th century. His main work was that of human geography. It was Ratzel who compared the mode of life of different tribes and nations and thus made a systematic study of human geography. After the unification of Germany, Ratzel devoted himself to the study of mode of life of Germans living outside Germany. In US, he started studying the economy, society, and habitat of the original inhabitants and tribes such as Red Indians. Moreover, he also focused his attention over Negroes, Africans, and Indians living in central United States, Middle West, and California. The main focus of Ratzel's work is the effect of physical features and location on the style of life of the people. Ratzel is acknowledged all over the world through his work Anthropogeography. This monumental work was published in the year 1899. The first volume of Anthropogeography is the study of man and the earth relationship, while the second volume deals with influence of man on environment. Ratzel's work was based on the concept that the physical environment controlled human activities. Thus, he always used deterministic approach to present the study of geography of man. His deterministic approach became very popular outside Germany, especially in France, England, and United States. Being a contemporary of Darwin, Ratzel was influenced by Darwin's theory of evolution of species. He applied Darwin's concept to human societies. His analogy suggests that the group of human beings must struggle to survive a particular environment like that of plant and animal organisms. This is known as social Darwinism. While discussing the effects of physical environment on human groups, Ratzel explained that the human societies made progress in 6 stages. These are hunting and fishing, horticulture, crop cultivation, mixed farming, unmixed herding, and horticulture. Ratzel's view about geography have dominated for decades and gave a new horizon to the field of geography. Therefore, he is universally accepted as one of the founders of modern human geography. I hope you have enjoyed today's session. Post your comments and queries in the comment box or through the Edmodo. I wish everyone a great day ahead. Thank you.